Hey, yeah, so this is going to be the fourth video about time travel, according to the theory. It's going to deal with probably the most confusing aspect of time travel in the context of the theory. But it's also very interesting. Very interesting. It's an interesting observation, but it's also interesting for us. The kind of time travel I'm talking about is the not just changing the past. Changing the past is possible. I explained that in the previous video how that happens. Changing the past is possible. Changing the perception of the past, changing the evidence, that's possible. But can we live the same life again, but having made different choices? That's a different, completely different question. It's not about whether eventually we reach a different destination. It's whether we can go through the entire road on a different path. So the first thing to understand here is that your intention is embedded into to the mechanics of the brain. When you want to go right, your brain is one that shows that you want to go right. When you want to go left, your brain physically shows that you want to go left. So if originally, in your original moment in time, the one that you want to undo, you wanted to go right, then if you go back to that reality, to perceive the same objective physical substrate that you perceived that first time, then that would also include a brain that coheres with your original intention to go right. So, and if you enter that reality with the same intention, and it's the same body, the same objective substrate, you reflect, everything is the same, then there's absolutely no reason why it shouldn't happen again. And so there is no change there. There is also no possibility for there to be a different choice because of a principle I described in a previous video about inconsistent paradox. So it's like, to explain, the choices experience makes are not due to causality. The reason for that is that experience is fundamental, and therefore nothing is producing it. And will is a type of experience, is a modality of experience. So the only thing that can drive experience is metaphysical inconsistency. And if metaphysical inconsistency is one that doesn't cohere, doesn't agree with any rationality, that's how it works. So if you were to try to live again and then make a different decision, that is impossible, because then you assume an order where the first time you wanted one thing and then you get overridden. But experiential metaphysical inconsistency will not be overridden, because overridden implies consistency. So that's an inconsistent paradox, and you cannot. And therefore, if you go back to the exact same brain with the exact same intention, you will do the exact same. You will choose the exact same choices. So now you can say, okay, let's not go back to the exact same thing. I don't want to do the exact same thing. I have a different intention. For that, I need to drift back to a reality that is similar to my original reality, but different enough for me to realize my different intention. I need a different brain, a brain that wants to go left. I want to drift to the same reality in every sense, except it wants to go left. Now, I can do that. I can drift to any. I said I can drift to any reality. Now the question is, will all the other experiential agents come along with me, with this other brain? or will they go with the previous brain? Now you're asking yourself, how can this be? You have one brain. How can it be in both, like two incoherent, inconsistent states? Well, that's what the theory calls a parabrain. So that's possible. It is when several experiential agents try to take the same avatar in the shared common wakeful union that they share with all the other experiential agents. So that's possible. So you can go back in time and be something else, make a different choice. And now the question is, will your different brain, the brain that wants to go left, not right, can it win? And the answer is no. It can't win. The original brain will win. And why is that? The reason is because it won the first time. It's the same inconsistent paradox, but from the side of the perceivers, of the wakeful union, of the experiential agents you interact with. There is no, according to the theory again, there is no time. Therefore, there is no slice of time that you share with the experiential agents you interact with. The connection between you goes through the dimension of experience, goes through your experience itself, not through some kind of a world which has a state or some kind of a slice that is universal. That's not the thing that keeps them in sync. It's the experience. So they are perceiving reality not by understanding what reality you are perceiving. Your objective physical substrates are completely detached. And they made a choice. Which side wins? They just made it. You know it because they happened the first time. They don't know that there's you're going back in time, back and forth. They don't care. They're oblivious to all the experiential stuff that happens behind the scenes. All they see is the avatar. And they made the choice that the first version of the brain, the first version of the parabrain, the first parapir, as I call it, wins. The ones that want to go right. So it will have to win the second time because it already won. Now, you came as this other parapir, this other brain that wants to go left. And you can believe that you may do it, you may cause that change, but you never will. Your experiential dominance is non-existent. You will intend to make the change, and that change will never happen. Like something would prevent you. Effectively, you would function as the subconscious of the original brain, the brain that won. So you can't change the past. You can't live the past again. If you want to change your past, you can change the past from the vantage point of the present, but you can't live that fork in the past and continue on. To change the present, when you change the present, the past that reflects on it, from it, the past that is coherent with it, will materialize out of thin air. It's not gonna be like a forking in the past that caused a change in the present. It's gonna be a forking in the present that leads to a different past. And in it, everything can be different. It actually is just a potential until you actually drift into it if you choose to.